Daniel, Evora, how are you? I'm doing great. How are you? I just had a wonderful evening, and I just wanted to thank you, of all people. I feel that you contributed the most, and you have made my sad life worth remembering for this night alone. Oh, Evora, really? Oh, how can I thank you? That's such a kind thing to say to me. You know, though, that I did do it for you out of love. I know, Daniel, and it touches me in a way I've never felt before. Well, we'll do it again sometime. I promise you. Oh, thank you, Daniel. I don't know how to thank you. Oh, please, Evora, really now. You've brought so much into everyone's life at the estate. You think so? I know so. You're a charming woman, and you have more to give than anyone I've ever met. Oh, Daniel, you don't mean that. You don't, do you? Yes, Evora, I mean it. Oh, thank you, Daniel. I'll sleep well tonight, for the first time in years. You know, I fret and I chatter at night, my teeth chatter. My life is so tumultuous, and I can't even believe that this was possible all along. You know, Evora, it was possible, and I've done everything, and I'm sorry that it wasn't sooner. That's no apology necessary. I know you would have done more. Of course, Evora. So, I'm glad you'll be sleeping well tonight. But I wonder, these nights, they can be so chilly in the spring. It's like there's been a change, don't you think? Yes, you've noticed it too. Yes. Yes, I hear things outside at night. It's almost like a humming. It's exactly what I've thought. This like, it's like it's human, but it's not. Oh, Daniel, I'm older than you. There's things you've never thought about, things I would never teach, because they cross the border of experimentalism. What are you saying? Daniel, I'm saying there is something out there. How old are you, Daniel? I'm 58. Oh, it's quite a bit younger than me. How old are you? Well, let's not get into that. I'm over 80. Oh, I didn't think so. Yes. You know, I've devoted so much of my life to things like the sickness of chattering minds and social protuberances and peculiarities. Oh, really? Yes, there's all kinds of things that go on, and who we are as people, it's quite a mess, not just between us, but in the ways we think of our coordinations as birth and throughout life, the way we fit in and meld with one another. There's so much that can go wrong, and we expect the last detail to go right from birth to death. But there are so many times and moments when the method of the way we live is a form of is an eternal communication with one another. And when things go well, we grow and we learn and we develop, we acculturate, and we feel in ourselves, not literally for each other. It's misunderstood that way, but we feel in ourselves our respects for one another. And when this goes wrong and there's a chattering and the mind wanders and the way we want to push buttons sometimes in our moments of despair, even when we're alone, we don't, even when there's no button to push in terms of the built structure of things, we know that to keep chattering, to keep stumbling through life, we begin to develop our own patterns. And when we're wise, we separate and remain silent. And when we're not wise, there's a profusion of not necessarily any wisdom at all. It doesn't have to have a meaning. And this is crazy. There are crazy people, and that's what it is. But there's something, there are things beyond that. The way we begin to send signals and relate in the twinkle of an eye, or in a loud bang we make. In any of these ways, we can make a misstep, and we begin to not to mingle and harmonize, almost like a song. But what we do is we reach a flat plane of resonating, and this is like a humming. And in the backs of our minds, we become like a new organic form, a sickness of parts that we haven't given any thought to, parts that don't exist as methods, as law. It's like, it's almost guttural. And what we do in restraining ourselves from this is humming. And we all work in tandem in this way as sick, and we haven't integrated people into the healthy form, which is called society. Oh, Evora, this is quite true. I see your points, and it all makes sense. And is that a good thing? Like, yes, this is a good thing. But, like I say, it crosses an experimental line where we aren't supposed to develop in ways that are entwined, in ways that grow. Like, it is an emptiness. It doesn't fulfill anything. And that's what the humming is all about. And I don't want to say something that I know that the humming is real. Oh, Evora, it couldn't be. What could it be? You think it's people? It's a non-existence. It's a people who don't exist. It's a people who are coming. They are moving towards. They might see the lights. They might even hear something at night, snoring or something. And it's like our dreams. It's like any stoppage in the snoring. It can activate, through our dreams. It can pull us in. We can listen too hard, and we can hear sounds in nature, and we can hear, or in the house, and if we don't call out, if we don't reach out to others, we begin to breathe our own fears. And our fears are symbolic respects to those who are to be feared, or maybe shouldn't be. And we've become this war, this calamity, this force, and it's important to scream out when you hear the humming, it's all right. If you think it shouldn't exist, if you think someone else is 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 communicating between everyone, is like stirring the cycle of madness, you need to reach out. You need to scream to them or to someone else or at them. And then the whole humming, the humming is energized, and it hears the shock, and it knows that those who are humming know. They know the night. They know the morning is coming when they'll have no place. Their place will be in the ground. Their feet will be rooted. And things will sway. And this is an element. It is an element that is calling out in shock. And it is trying to be good. It is trying to be responsible. But it is burning in its fury. Its fury is an undisclosed chaos. And it will be here. It will come tonight. And they will be a unified element, and all things will move. All things will move like a calendar, and the morning will come, but it will come like a fragmenting melody of control. But until the morning comes, you will be at risk. You will be at risk of the staggered attacks of the defenders, and you won't be defended, and you have to get out of the house when that happens, if it's happening. If you see the hands on the windows, if you see the faces in their eyes, if their eyes glow with the red of a false being, the light of a false being, the intensity of wanting what it takes, what it's taking in the redness. It isn't there, it's just a copy. It's a copy of life, but it's not life. And you must run down the stairs, and they won't make sense when you hear them, because the rhythm and the pattern is rational. And it will dispel them, and it will be like waking from a dream. Oh, Evora, this can't be true. It's true. It's true. No, Evora, it's not. Evora, I think you're mad. Evora, I think you're humming. No, no, no. Oh, yes, Evora. You are sick. You need to be contained. I will... No! Get your hands off me. I need to lock you away. You can't be like this. You've been causing the humming. I have not caused the humming. It's the wind. The wind. It's the lack of oxygen in my brain. Oh, Evora. Evora, I love you. Oh, Daniel. Boom.